Miss Anna Kim. Come on. Hi, sweetie.
How are you?
How are you?
There's a Southern girl that probably says kitten the way I do.
Kitten, I love the way you said
Yes,
that. That was
she sure
beautiful.
does.
It was great. Thanks for having me.
Now, we all know Anna played Aubrey in Pitch Perfect, which
Yes.
we loved. And now you're part of this new Amazon series that Jenna and I were both saying we are loving. The trailers are crazy. So
in this new Amazon series, she plays a researcher at a news magazine in the 1970s. And at first, her goal is what some Southern girl's goal might be, to find herself a good husband.
Yeah.
But then she starts to begin to like her job.
She was chatting with a coworker. She finds herself torn between wanting independence as a career woman and the pressure to be a good girl. So take a look.
Other girls and I are filing an equal employment claim. It's illegal for them not to let us write. And we want the policy changed.
What? You're suing News of the Week?
No, not suing. We are complaining, officially. And I'm gonna write an article about it.
Is this why you've been so secretive at the office? You and Cindy and all the other girls?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, be a part of it with us. You deserve it.
Anyway, this is based on a real thing, which I think a lot of people are going to look at it and go, what is this from? But this is from an actual lawsuit that did happen, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't know too much about it, but when I got cast in the role, it's based on the book Good Girls Revolt, written by Lynn Povich, who was actually a journalist at News of the Week. And it's about the women who were just researchers for all of the male reporters, and they could never get promoted, and they did a lot of the work, and they could never get their name on the byline. Absolutely. And then they would get blamed if the story didn't go well, but they never got any credit if it did. So basically, they were just dodging bullets, trying to maintain that sort of status quo. And Jane, the character I play in the beginning of the season, is very content in the status quo. Like what you said, she wants to get married, have a baby, move to Connecticut, and have a perfect life. And then in the middle of the season, something happens that really rocks her world, which is the best thing I think that could have ever happened to that character.
So, I can't help but think about how this is still relevant all these years later. What do you hope people get from the show?
The show touches on a lot of issues, mainly about equality and coming together. A group of girls coming together to fight for something for the greater good. I've been fortunate to be in stories about women not being competitive with one another, but about finding solace in one another and really communicating and coming together to fight. So I think it's a real show for women to not be competitive and to join forces. So I hope that young girls watch that.
It's got a Mad Men-esque kind of quality to it, because it's very lean in. Because when I was watching some scenes of it, I was just thinking, I was nodding my head because I was actually thinking back. I was thinking, God, you can picture that kind of thing happening before and happening still in some cases.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so flattering to be compared to Mad Men. It was my favorite show of all time, But the voice of that show was Don Draper, who was a bit more morose and a bit more bitter. And a man, absolutely, Mad Men. But our show is coming from voices of hope and light and passion and drive. And it's three women who really want to change the world, which is something that is so relevant right now. So I really hope people respond to it.
I love her. And you know what? We could have been in college together. I almost went to North Carolina, and you graduated the same year as me.
God,
we could have been roommates. We could have been friends.
You might still be friends.
I'll get your number. Sometimes
no, bring it out. Don't let anybody take your y'all. Girl, you don't let anybody take those y'alls.
You are awesome.
Thank you.
The premiere of Good Girls Revolt on October 28th on Amazon Prime.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.